In this guide, we'll be going into Albari. Captain Snolcut rubbed his temple. He hadn't slept well for the last 6 days. His cargo, set to arrive at Smith's Coster, is losing profit by the day. His men of 3 and the helmsman, a young mage, look tired. Captain, all our calculations say that we should be heading in the opposite direction.
Henrik, like I told you, those numbers, they're wrong. See?
He pointed at the phlogiston that appeared off into the distance. Then the ship felt a jolt, and he nearly lost his balance. In the mast above, a small feather began to fall to the ground, landing softly at the captain's feet. The captain bent over and picked it up.
Fucking Albari! Men, to arms!
Just then, the illusion dropped, and the once open expanse had become an asteroid field, filled with the skeletal frames from other ships. The Albari are a race of magical bird-like creatures that are equally at home in Wildspace or the Phlogiston. They are dedicated to the cause of chaos and seem to exist for no other reason but to throw other beings' lives into unrest. An Albari possesses a long, almost human face with a wide beak and slanted beady eyes. No ears are visible, though an Albari's hearing is very keen. The creature's face, like the rest of its body, is covered in short, oily feathers. These range in color from pure white to sooty gray, with the male's coloration tending toward the lighter shades. An Albari's wings are impressive, and many specimens have been found with wingspans up to 9 feet. Small, clawed hands can be found on its wings, about halfway along their length. The creature uses these for simple manual tasks like eating. For more complex activities, the Albari uses its feet, graced with strong, opposable digit. An Albari's feet are much like a human hand, with the main difference being the number and type of fingers. 3 sharply taloned digits and 1 thickly clawed opposable thumb rest at the end of both Albari's long, jointed legs. All Albari are practiced in balancing on one leg and using the other to manipulate objects. They speak their own high-pitched, shrieking language, as well as various trade dialects and languages of many spacefaring races. The Albari avoid physical combat whenever possible. If forced into physical confrontation in the air, they attack with their long taloned feet, which does minimal damage. On the ground, they attack first with their beaks, and then their feet. Their main power comes from their illusionary spells. They have spells such as Change Self, Ventriloquism, Blur, Misdirection. They can also cast Phantasmal Killer, Dream, Hallucinatory Terrain, and Mislead once every day. As an Albari's motivation can change with alarming speed, it is difficult to state exactly how these spells will be employed. However, it's safe to assume that they will always attempt to confound their enemies with illusions before running away. Though the Albari revel in chaos, there is often a method to their madness. An Albari will decide upon a specific course of action, say, ensuring that a ship goes hopelessly lost in the phlogiston, and stick to it for a short period of time. On average, this is around 1 to 6 days. At the end of that time, the creature might then change its mind and decide to continue. The Albari usually do the former. They can be hard set upon ruining a ship one moment and then try to save it the next time. They use their illusionary powers to sow chaos as much as possible. Often an Albari will use a dream spell upon a captain of a passing ship simply to cause him to change course. They sometimes make short-term deals with other creatures in space, such as agreeing to lure unwary ships to their doom. On the other hand, the Albari have also been known to lead ships to vast treasures for little or no reward. Their favorite trick, however, is to trail a ship until it gets into a combat situation, then fly to the opposing ship and reveal everything they know. Of course, the Albari can lie in this situation too. Because the Albari need air to breathe, they often tag along inside the ship's air pocket in the phlogiston, remaining invisible, but casting an occasional spell to keep things lively aboard the ship they've adopted. The Albari frequently sneak aboard ships too. Then they are often magically disguised as a halfling, a rockhopper, or other small humanoids. Causing trouble takes most of the Albari's time. Pairs do occasionally get together to mate. A young Albari spend a few weeks hidden, haphazardly constructed nests before venturing out in an unsuspecting world. These nests can usually be found almost anywhere secretive, though, true to the Albari's nature, nests have been found in the middle of busy ports. The Albari is hated by almost everybody throughout all the spheres. Some creatures, like the Nyogi, slay them on sight. A few economic uses have been discovered for the Albari, however. Its meat is tough and foul-tasting, and its feathers are far too oily for ornamental use. On a few other worlds, heavily treated Albari feathered pillows are a status symbol, more for their rarity than their utility. If you like this and want more, please like and subscribe. Thank you.